Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world and whenever you are watching this video. I'm Ann Gage, the Horse Riding Confidence Coach, and today I'm going to be telling you what the biggest mistake most anxious horse riders are making that's stopping them from getting their confidence back. I'm going to explain what that is, why it is, and what you need to do instead. So if you're joining me live on this live stream, then if you haven't already, please do click on that link, the StreamYard link. That will then show me your name when you're posting. Otherwise, I'll just see a blank Facebook user if you make a comment. Let me know who you are, where you are, and if you have any questions or comments as I go through this short live stream today. And if you're watching the replay, type in #replay and do ask any questions. I do come back in and have a look through. Tag me if you like to make sure that I see your comment, just in case Facebook plays funny games with me. So let's get on with this information because I don't want to take up much of your time today. There is something that most people don't realize when they're trying to stop feeling anxious about horse riding, something they're doing that is really not helping. And that is trying to solve this issue at a conscious level. Because usually if you're dealing with sort of a high level of anxiety, the type of anxiety that is causing you to feel shaky, nauseous, coming up with excuses for not riding or for not doing particular activities in riding, things that are really stealing the joy from your riding and your relationship with your horse, then typically that issue was created at an unconscious level. It might be connected to a fall or an injury or something that has happened in your past that's connected with horses. It might also be connected to an underlying sort of general anxiety. I've had that with some clients. And when we try to solve that type of issue at a conscious level, then you're kind of getting into that fake it till you make it idea, or cowgirl up, just get on and ride through it, just push through it. So you're white knuckle riding. And honestly, what that does is make you feel more anxious. It reaffirms to that unconscious part of your brain that riding is a scary thing, because every time I ride, or if I prepare to ride, I feel bad in some way. There's some physical symptoms of that make me feel bad, and there's a lot of negative stuff going around in my head that makes you feel bad. So when there's this inappropriate fear, this higher level of anxiety that gets triggered around riding, that's being run by your unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind is really what's running the show. It's where your memories are stored. It's where your belief system is stored. And its major priority is to keep you safe. So if something has happened where you've been traumatized, whether that's physically or emotionally traumatized, your brain very quickly, because it has a negativity bias, will set up a trigger that says, anything that seems similar to that activity or to that event, to that experience, I'm going to warn you so that we don't do that again, because that was not a good thing. And the problem with that inappropriate fear is that it gets triggered at inappropriate times. There's really no danger in the immediate moment. What we need as horse riders and as people who handle horses is the appropriate fear that says, hey, pay attention. There's potential problem here and you need to do something about that. So with an appropriate fear, if you feel your horse get tense, you're going to be aware of that and say, okay, then I need to do something to help my horse settle, or maybe I need to get off my horse and help them settle from the ground. But I'm going to take some steps because I can think clearly and I can make good decisions. When you're feeling really anxious, you can't think clearly. You can't make good decisions. We often make no decision or a poor decision. And when we're trying to push through our fear, we're often making poor decisions. And there are times when it is appropriate to not ride your horse because your horse is unsettled by the environment or the weather, and maybe doing some groundwork or just some just hanging out with him that day is the better option, is the safer option. And we need to be able to make that distinction between, is this just a story in my head, or is this something that's really happening? And that's where we need to get into and solve this problem at the unconscious level. You cannot simply logic your way out of anxiety. If doing that worked, you would have done it by now, wouldn't you? So what I'd like to share with you is I'm running my group coaching program called the Horse Riding Confidence Solution. It's a 5-week group coaching online program, and it gets phenomenal results for people. In the most recent round, a woman who had not ridden her horse for 2 years because she was so anxious was back in the saddle and having fun before the end of the course. Another woman who'd been dealing with anxiety, sort of general anxiety, and was had lost a horse very suddenly and unexpectedly and tragically several months ago, was dealing with also grief and guilt as well as the anxiety. And she was able to get through those, resolve those feelings and the beliefs that were holding her back, and buy her next horse that she's really enjoying now. A gentleman who was in the course was beating himself up a lot, and holding himself back because of his belief that he wasn't a good enough rider, that he was a failure. And we worked through those so that those are no longer beliefs that he holds about himself. He understands that riding is a journey, that we're all learning all the time, and we got to take this journey step by step. So, and we need to learn from our experiences. So that's the power of this course. It is pre-recorded videos that you can access on your own time. I drip feed them out one week at a time so you don't get overwhelmed and get ahead of yourself. And we have a weekly group coaching session on Zoom, which is really valuable because we don't just talk about what's in the recorded videos. I answer your other questions also about riding, about groundwork, about your horse's behavior, as well as the mindset stuff that we really work on at that unconscious level that's going to move you forward and get you unstuck and get you back in the saddle, enjoying all the things that you want to be doing with your horse, whether that's just getting back in the saddle, whether that's being able to ride around the arena, whether that's being able to get out on trail rides by yourself or with friends, get to horse shows, whatever it is. That's what we'll be working on and helping you to achieve through this course. You also get lifetime access to the videos, to all the recordings, and we have a private Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, you can come in there and share your challenges and your victories. And we love to celebrate those victories with you. So if you're ready to take action that is actually going to move you forward, that's finally going to resolve this anxiety you have about riding your horse and stopping you from enjoying it, then I really encourage you to check out the Horse Riding Confidence Solution. I will put the link in the comments below this video. If you have any questions, then just reach out to me, either through Facebook Messenger and email, ann@confidenthorsemanship.com, or at in my Facebook group, Confident Horsemanship Community, my free group, or send me a message on Messenger. I hope you found this helpful. And if you have any questions at all, pop them in the comments. Say hi. Let me know you've seen this and that it's been helpful. See you on the next one. Bye for now.